Gaming 3. That time again, Super Metroid Randomizer Multi-Category Tournament 2022. Every week, we're bringing you wonderful Super Metroid Randomizer content. Was it 41 matches per week for 7 weeks? We are into the 3rd week. Your runners today are ShyGuy on the left, sometimes known as Metroid MST, and phatscott25 on the right. So MST, a longtime Metroid runner, spends a lot of time playing like all variations of the Metroid franchise. So a lot of randomizer experience there. phatscott, more of a just Super Metroid runner. Focuses more on just that game. So we'll see how the two compare. And then the modes this week, we're gonna have a Chozo and Boss Shuffle. Then the map's gonna be vanilla. So ShyGuy conveniently giving this a countdown timer, and they're off. Yeah, it's nice to see that countdown timer. Most runners are just gonna start their timer as soon as they press start. What are we looking at here? Is this double color palette swap and double Samus sprite color randomization? Yeah, and then we also get ShyGuy early lead with the Moon Dance. Like one of the only things that we can really look out for this early part of the run. Okay, so I can start talking about Chozo now. You're still gonna get a morph ball here. There's your morph ball. And then the major item is going to be the missile pack in construction zone. That's a Chozo because it's your first missile in the vanilla game. And then the two items on the right are just they're whatever items. So miners or E-tanks. Okay, so double missile here. You still want to get the like these missiles or these miners because they could be something really good. Like you're still looking for sequence break items at this point. Okay, so morph bombs is their progression item, and that's going to open up. Let's see, that'd be Gauntlet and 230 missiles, as well as maybe charge. No, not charge yet. Like early on, you're guaranteed to get missiles or supers. Add one of these early Chozos, just because there's so many colored doors on your path. But this does mean that the runners are gonna stay together for a lot of this early routing. Okay, supers are a good find. Again, not the logical supers, but they make routing just so much more convenient. And then on the way up, they're gonna be checking the 230 missile location. Because that's a Chozo. And that's why it is very important to know your Chozo locations. Like there are different locations compared to Major Minor, and people have gotten used to Major Minor and those locations, but Chozo adds a whole new set of locations that you need to know. The screw attack. So they can do Gauntlet, but I think it'd be a missile pack at this point, so I think they're free to skip it. Screw attack just makes the Gauntlet check faster. But of course, BT, also Chozo, they can use the out of logic missiles that they already have to make this check. That's Charge Beam. So early Charge Beam. In Chozo, you're almost always want to find Charge Beam. So it's just convenient to have it early. That looked like double missile and one super from both sides. Yep, both runners keeping together. Right on top of each other. So let's hope we see that for the rest of this race. Have a nice even race. Okay, so if you're coming to ship, this has to be a Gauntlet check. So logically, with the Chozo statues, they have Morph Bombs and Screw Attack right now. And to open up more things, this would have to be... it'd have to be a missile or a super pack. However, they can use the Morph Bombs to get to the miners at the back of Gauntlet. And they're still looking for Power Bombs. So good help that way. But I'm pretty sure this has to be some kind of missile. They got supers. Supers are the good one. Not too sad to see supers even having Charge Beam already. And then Screw Attack gonna make the rest of this easy. phatscott opting to take the reset. I would prefer to see them just run through. But maybe getting bombing their way through that the E-tank room is tricky for them. So MST is going to be like, advantage having power bombs already, and also the higher super count. Okay, so Terminator, not a major item, but it's still good that ShyGuy went back for it, because you do want E-tanks. E-tanks are mixed in with the miners. And the early tanks are just convenient for your routing, for comfort. But they do have the screw attack, so E-tanks are less powerful, because you can screw attack through any enemy. That was MST going for a Kago through the Kago, just because. Okay, so they have bombs and super missiles in logic. So that means most of the checks are going to be open, especially in Brinstar. I think all of them are. That's a grapple beam. So we'll find out later why the game wants to give them grapple beam. But we'll just be collecting the miners that come across, making these few checks. The few majors here are Brinstar Reserve, Sports Bond Supers, and Charge Beam. Yeah, E-tanks are still important. I find that in all of these Varia randomizer seeds that I'm going to be running in the tournament. You want to have or try to pick up early E-tanks. Running Upper Norfair without Varia is just common enough. And also, like, a key part of the logic progression. I often have E-tanks on my mind. But for Chozo, there's going to be... I believe it puts 3 tanks that can be E-tanks or reserves on the Chozo statues. And those would be the progression for Hell Runs. Yeah, phatscott shot the super block at the bomb block. Then went down to charge instead. Found space jump. That ShyGuy did a nice backdoor spore spawn. A little easier to use screw attack to break this bomb block instead of trying to bomb on the right tile. But still gets through it fast enough. And then this is a missile pack over here. So phatscott is going to find themselves without power bombs. Unless the tube, the Green Hills pipe is gonna provide. So we are gonna see ShyGuy make the check. It's an E-tank. So that's a lot of E-tanks for like Chozo this early and like not even being on the statues. So that's just nice. The PBs that ShyGuy has come from Gauntlet. They both made the Gauntlet check, but phatscott reset after checking the Chozo statue. Okay, checking X-ray makes a lot of sense with the items that ShyGuy has. phatscott making the play to Alpha Peebs. So this can be very costly. They can only check the Chozo statue. This early gravity suit. But there's an orange door locking them into this part of the map. Oh, Varia suit. So that's interesting, because we don't know when ShyGuy is going to get to that. We'll find out in the next few seconds if it's right now or if it's much later. But phatscott's going to have to do a loop around the map because they don't have power bombs. Oh, it looked like ShyGuy was jumping up, but then decided to go down. Okay, so that's Spazer, it's Spazer. That's our Red Tower majors checked off. So yeah, phatscott is just gonna have to do a lot of legwork. Get back to Red Tower. Not sure what the save here is about. Going to Gauntlet from here would work out, but it's generally slow if you're not doing it for the major. It looks like they're doing Gauntlet, so they'll get the power bombs and then be able to catch up. And probably get their gravity on the way, actually, once they go down to X-ray. So they could still be in a good position from here. But for now, let's follow ShyGuy. Taking the save at Kraid's Lair. This is boss shuffle. So we're not sure which boss is going to be here. And if it's Ridley, then they don't have a way to fight Ridley, and would have to reset. But any other boss they can take the fight, and it'd be a good fight to take. So let's see what we get. We get Kraid at Kraid. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I was saying that Chozo puts the major items at the Chozo statues, but in addition to that, the 4 bosses each get a major item. So we're going to see a Varia check, and that'll be a progression item. Bringing a path for Retro Brintstar. No reason to revisit green or pink Brintstar. So they're just gonna take the power bombs out Retro. Could have gone over to Wreck Ship if they wanted, actually. But this is bot shuffle, and Wreck Ship is I don't know. It's a choice in boss shuffle. Choosing not to go there. I didn't see what Varia had, but I don't think he has anything major. So this is Gravity Suit for ShyGuy. Varia E-Tank. Okay, so that's important for logic. I feel like they're at 2 E-Tanks. But it's also a case where you're here. Space jump helps a lot for hell runs. Sure that they needed to play it safe, checking that minor. But we'll see what high jump has. Okay, so there's the other missile pack. In Chozo, there's going to be 2 missile packs, 2 super packs, and 1 power bomb pack. Because those are the amount of minors you need to beat the game. As well as 3 E-Tanks. And then other than that, it's going to be the unique items. Okay, so phatscott in a pretty good position, even after that bit of time loss. They both suits in charge. Mostly want speed or ice, or finding Draygon, like the boss, would be a way to get around Bothuan. So any of those 3 things could be their go mode. ShyGuy. We'll see how much they decide to do. But probably these upper Norfair checks at least. Leaving works well for them. I'm not sure what they intend to do though. Like there's gravity and grapple will get you to Shack Tool. All the other majors in Meridia would be behind Bottoon. Could be climbing up straight to the Red Tower miners, or Alpha Beams. A little interested in where ShyGuy's going. It looks like they're going straight to the Varia suit. So both runners gonna have both suits in charge right away in this seed. It's just interesting how both of them arrived at these locations. So after phatscott finishes with Kraid, they'll be tied on bosses. And then generally advantage would be on Scott's side for being closer to Upper Norfair. But they're pretty even. Yeah, MST is going up to wreck ship by the look of it. So this is going to be the true divergence. They can beat any boss now, having both suits and charge. So we'll see what kind of boss it is. Whatever boss they find is going to have an item behind it. And if it's Draygon, then they'll know that they're in go mode. Yeah, might as well pick up some more miners. Charge Spazer isn't that strong of a beam. Especially in the context of trying to kill Ridley here. And they also want another Powerbomb pack for Torian eventually. Have we seen Ice Beam already? I feel like we should have. There's your logical power bombs. And that's a Draygon and Phantom. Okay, so Draygon being here means that you can go through Cack Alley in Meridia to get to the Draygon location. And you don't need ice or speed to get there. Like the normal way would be to go through Bottoon Hallway with ice or speed. So from here, MST can go mode the rest of the seed as much as he wants. Being grabbed by the goop a little too late. You'd prefer to do a grapple kill here to save on ammo. Make sure to get grabbed earlier this time. There you go. Just a few ticks of the electricity and Draygon's down. Oh, and there's high jump too. That whole movement, but they already have space jump, and that's pretty good. So what this means for Scott is that they're not going to run into Draygon in a time soon enough for it to be helpful. So they're gonna almost have to find Speeder Eyes. The Phantom location boss died, but the ship is still powered off. Why is that? That's because it is tied to Phantom themselves. And Phantom is still out there somewhere. So you kill Draygon, you get the space jump item. But once you find Phantom, then the wreck ship powers on. And that would open up the E-tank, the missile next to gravity, also right side supers. All as boss rewards for finding Phantom. Wave beam, best beam. ShyGuy still might be doing more major checks for a beam. What are you doing? So in area rando, that gate is gone for the back of Meridia. But we're not playing area rando. This is vanilla map. Not getting the screw fall through Red Tower. Jumping through the door. I didn't even notice that he broke the tube first time through. So on Scott's side, they can also kind of play like go mode. Like especially if they know the Crystal Flash clip through Batoon's area. They have bombs to make it easier. And that's a trick that everyone's been trying to learn over the past few randomizer tournaments. So it's not too clear from here how many majors each of them want to check. But on ShyGuy's side, knows they're in go mode with that Draygon kill. Scott now definitely in go mode with speed booster found. They're going to be pretty close together. Just a few rooms apart. The ShyGuy is going to be up the Draygon kill, but Scott has a speed booster for a more direct path through Meridia. So it'll be interesting to see how this really plays out. And the other thing to keep an eye on is the wave beam that Scott picked up. It's going to speed up the mother brain fight right now. And also, having 2 beams, you don't really need to farm for supers for Ridley. Where on MST's side, you would want to farm supers. So, both sides, there's going to be a lot of time spent on the boss fights. And yeah, the miners that are on path are still useful to pick up, where their beam isn't the best. But I feel like with Wave Spazer, even missile packs are worth picking up. Just because the fanfare is so long. Right, and ShyGuy also wants another Power Bomb pack for Torian Metroids. And they're both pretty healthy, especially for Chozo Seed. So even a charge Ridley fight shouldn't give them too much trouble. I could see ShyGuy farming to full supers. Maybe a few short of full. So this is going to take a lot of time. And it's just a Phantom here. So doesn't know that they don't need all their supers for this boss fight. But it's a 50-50. So it's just safer to take the farm. And seeing Phantom here, we know all of our boss locations. Kraid at Kraid, Phantom at Ridley, Draygon at Phantom, and Ridley at Draygon. So 3 out of 4 are shuffled. And also, we've seen enough of the game that the remaining items can be just anywhere. I believe all locations are open. If we're wondering where ice or plasma are. But for now, ShyGuy with the high jump and the Draygon kill advantage. Scott with the wave beam and speed booster advantage. And they're just a few rooms apart. Very nice wasteland speedball. Saves a couple seconds. The time it takes to bomb through bomb blocks just adds up whenever you have to do it. Lower North here, Chozos would be Screw Attack and the Ridley boss. Ridley boss here is Phantom, so it's just Screw Attack location in this Lower North Air trip. And we saw on Scott's side they checked Speed Booster and Wave Beam locations. That's it for the Bubble Mountain checks. The reserve is not a Chozo. And then Croc does have a Chozo statue at Grapple, but we're not going to be seeing that. Yeah, the funny thing about Screw Attack is if you're in the middle of a wall jump, then it acts like it's not active. I feel like running back there is worth the time, because then you're space jumping through the room pretty fast. But that's something I've seen before. This is part of that Lower North Air escape. Okay, so Scott's route is going to look very normal. Playing vanilla map. And they're just going to go through Meridia with speed, gravity and speed. So it'll just be Meridia, Fight Boss, then go up towards Phantom. How does MST do Meridia? That would be... You enter, go right towards the... towards Shack Tool, then up the tube and through Cack Alley. Okay, we're getting a wave check. This is third power bomb pack, so that's good. And spring ball. Skipping spring ball. Not enough spring ball enjoyers in these tournaments. What's wrong with runners nowadays? Batoon just takes 10 supers. Supering Batoon does cut into your Ridley super count. So we might see a farm here. Nope. So Ridley can be a little slow. Scott, of course, doesn't know that it's going to be Ridley. It could possibly be Draygon. Oh, that super pack's gonna help though. So they got about 20 supers worth of missiles. His wave spays are like 210 damage. There's ShyGuy showing off the speedless speedway because they have wave and spazer. That wave pickup is going to help their mostly the Mother Brain boss fight a lot. Cut down number of shots for that, and also help them get out of Upper North Fair faster. Yep, and also once ShyGuy comes through Meridia, where they don't fight Batoon, they'll have full supers for the Ridley fight. What is this? This is like 30 shots? If all the missiles hit. Taking a lot of damage. But also putting a lot of damage into Ridley. They're dead. Close out the fight. Now what's this save about on ShyGuy's side? What's this Batoon hallway visit about? Looks like they're going for a Crystal Flash clip. So damage down on the Metroid. You can use the bombs to get into position. And then you just time it. This is a 2-frame window on getting the Crystal Flash. And then you gotta hold down out of the Crystal Flash animation to break the crumble blocks. But this is going to drain their ammo. 10 supers for the Crystal Flash, and then 10 supers for the Batoon fight. MSC would be in a worse position for Ridley, when what they could be doing instead is going towards Cack Alley and take that path to the Draygon location instead. Yeah, going for this Crystal Flash clip, I imagine it's slower, but also having to reset out of it, just giving time to Scott. So it feels like Scott's pulling into the lead here to what was a pretty close race. The Cack Alley path to Draygon is something that can be required by the seed. So, something the runners are expected to know about. Gets it right away this try, because, of course, right after you reset. It's kind of funny. Running out of missiles for the eye door in the wreck ship. What do you do in this position? There's a super pack. Okay, so just gonna have to backtrack a little bit. MST doing all they can to skip the reserve tank. Almost got the quick drop, but managed to get out of the sand. can do a speed kill. It just has a risk of dying. So grapple kill will be a little safer. Probably faster, depending on the swoop to goop count. And right now we're seeing a few too many swoops. Okay, great kick, quick kill. That's a dead Draygon. I miss he did take the time to farm, so it's going to be a pretty fast Ridley. And although this will be their last boss fight, they're just entering it as Scott leaves the Draygon Arena. And also, Riddy is farther from G4 than Direction. Just want to put 30 supers into Ridley for the kill. I feel like that's a number I always try to focus on. Always convert damage values to 30 supers. Yeah, much faster Ridley fight. There you go. Another reserve tank. The previous 2 weeks were area randomizer, and that meant that the Torian elevator give you a refill. That is not the case today. So the runners have to remember to refill the ship. They're going to want every super and power bomb that they have going into Torian. And that's one of the challenges of this tournament, the multi-category tournament, is the settings are going to change week to week. So you need to remember the details like that. Yes, that's a 47 even into G4. And that measuring that room entry can give us an indication on the time difference. Scott was able to pick up the high jump boots on their way here. So we're going to have some easier movement through Torian, in particular on Baby Skip. Right now in these Metroid rooms, they're dealing with screw attack, bouncing the Metroids away. But it's going to be 3 power bombs per Metroid group. Takes 5 hits, and power bombs hit twice most of the time. This is just a way to get through the Metroid rooms without requiring Ice Beam. And for this end game, Scott's gonna have the speed booster advantage. They're up in speed, spring ball, and in reserve tanks. Now let's see this Baby Skip. Speed, high jump, wave spazer, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. Another way to put it, not different from an 80% run. Yeah, that's a grab. So gonna have to take a health refill. Potential time save for ShyGuy. But that was about 49:30, so 2.5 minutes behind. It can take more than just a baby skip to catch up. Ammo management. They do have enough ammo to break Zebs. It would just help to get a speed Zeb skip. Not gonna go for it. Their beam isn't the best, so saving missiles would speed up the Mother Brain fight. Missiles are 600 DPS, and supers are 900 DPS. Their beam is about 210 DPS. Oh, this looks unoptimal. So against Mother Brain, supers do more damage than missiles. So you can like, kill it first, kill the health value, but you still have to shoot a number of projectiles to break the glass. So that's why you want a mix of missiles and supers for Mother Brain 1. But against the Zebatites, it wouldn't matter. They only have a health value. They're also going for the full fight. I didn't enter with many supers. So I think it was somewhere around 90 shots. Be a similarly long fight for both of them. They're both experienced SM runners. Definitely dodging all of these shots. Okay, that's a Mother Brain 2 kill. With that, Scott is in position to close out the race. Not really anything that can go wrong from here. And then ShyGuy with the same problem, running out of missiles on Mother Brain 1. I think it actually wasn't a problem. And has to do this charge wave spazer fight without the safety of reserve tanks. crouching in the corner. I think you want to take a step forward too, and crouch. It's a good way to hit pretty much all of your shots, and you're still ready to dodge once shot at. Getting spooky on ShyGuy side. They're taking some onion ring hits and also having to do some not comfortable dodges. They can survive a ketchup hit, but that beam is likely to double hit and can't survive that. Panic morph. Shrink the hitbox so you don't get hit. Okay. MST's through as well. So then all that's left is the escape. Scott has speed booster, so gonna have a faster escape on top of already being ahead. Just a couple quick transitions from the end of the seed. See if they can beat a 56. Go Scott, go. Go fast. That doesn't look like it. So that's phatscott done with a 56.09. Winning the race. GG's. Joined here by one phatscott, winner of the race.
Hi. GG.
GG. How you feeling?
For the most part, I think that was pretty good. I think besides the Gauntlet shenanigans early on with the powerbomb, I feel like I didn't route it too badly. I think getting speed at GT was worth it in the end, even if it was kind of out of the way to do. And probably a check I could have skipped. I think the Ridley fight was unnecessarily risky. I told myself to farm at Batoon, and then I just, I don't know. I think my, muscle memory just kicked in because I just started trying to play the room after that, so I don't know. Other than that, I definitely think, besides also touring at the very end, not being able to do speed step skip kind of hurt. Besides that, I think it all went pretty well. I think the C was pretty generous for the most part, and this went 4 minutes better than my best practice run, so I think that was mostly to the seed, not to me.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good seed. You're talking about how rough practice were for both of you.
I think that this seed definitely went better than some of the other ones I've had. I think from week 1 and on, I think I'm starting to get more the hang of routing the seeds a little better. This one, I saw a routing error I made, but other than that, I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, from what we saw, you routed this one really well. Just that one mishap at the Gauntlet.
Yeah, just the power. I really thought that I was kind of flabbergasted that there were no power bombs anywhere else, because I was checking minors. For a second, I was worried that the first power bomb I was going to find was at Billy Mays. I really didn't want to go to Billy Mays, so.
So this is ShyGuy finishing the race. a 58-55. Your GG's in for ShyGuy. And see if he also wants to join us. Yeah, something I want to ask both of you about as soon as he joins. We can start with you. Is the Gauntlet check itself? In your case, why did you take that reset out of the super pack?
The reason I did that at first is because I don't feel like that was definitely something I needed to practice. I'm not comfortable like going through that little tube that early in the game. A lot of the times I end up
Okay.
dying, but which sucks because I went back there later and had no issues. So I really feel like I definitely would have saved like minutes if I had just went instead of resetting like it did. But at the same time, now I know for later. So that was like the big mistake I noticed. Like if I hadn't done that, I potentially could have saved a lot of time. But
Yep, for
considering
sure.
that was like the one big mistake I made and everything else was generally okay, I feel like it was okay in the end.
Okay, so on top of that, I wanted to know why you checked Gauntlet at all. Because from the Chozos that you found already, we knew that it had to be a missile pack at the Chozo, and you already had missiles and supers.
I
And
was
I
looking
guess,
for more supers because I didn't know if charge was going to be right in front of me or if it was going to be a shack tool or something and I wouldn't find it. And I made the mistake week 2 of not picking up enough ammo. So I figured I would be checking a lot more miners than I normally would, which did end up being to my benefit for the most part because by the end I had 30, 35 supers. If I had skipped that one, I'd be down to 25 or 30, which could have potentially been a bit rougher. But I think um, that was something I noticed I was doing wrong in week 1 and week 2 is I was very wishy-washy with the ammo I picked up and I was picking up extra stuff even if I knew it probably wouldn't be that useful in the long run.
sure. Yeah, extra ammo is always useful.
I
You
think
don't know
that
when you're gonna run into
right.
immediately.
That's that too because I've had to see it already where Kraid was the Kraid check, the boss was Ridley, and having those extra supers there definitely would have been helpful if I had found it. Yeah, I would have. I think I didn't have Wave yet, but I did have Spazer. I technically could have done that fight. It would have been rough, but like the extra supers really helped there for me. I feel like I'm fairly I'm fairly comfortable doing the fight with supers. I've run a lot of Hundo recently, so I'm not too worried about that. But otherwise,
Yeah, and then we saw Ice Beam at right side Rick Ship supers. Or who was wondering?
yeah, I was tempted to check it, but I felt like at that point I should just go. I think it definitely would have saved me time though, because like I said, I don't know speed dev skip. It would have saved a lot of time in Torian because that's another place I practice a lot. So
Yeah, but you can't know that it's there.
that's what I'm saying. Like for all I know, it could have been a reserve tank or something. I don't know.
But you did a good job running the seed and routing the seed. Went through it really well once you had those power bombs.
Thanks.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
I think I said my piece. I spoke a lot. But thank you for commentating. I'll definitely have to watch it back, and I appreciate everyone coming together to host these races and do all this because so far it's definitely been a lot of fun. I've been glad I joined, and I'm looking forward to the next week too.
Okay, great. And it's been great having you here, and cool seeing you race.
Thank you.
So coming up later today, we're gonna have a match at 8:10 of Farflu versus Iron Rusty on SpeedGaming 2. And then later on at 9:10 will be Beef Robber versus Cross Product on SpeedGaming 4. Middle of the week, always packed with matches for this tournament. We have just that many races to do every week that you can always come here looking for more Super Metroid content. But this will be it for today. So thanks again to Necro on tracking for taking care of that. And see you later, everybody.